guys, welcome to your morning cup. I'm your host Dubby Dubois. Today is July 16th, 2021, and thank God it's Friday. Now, before we get into anything, being that it's July 16th, I want to give a big birthday shout out to editor extraordinaire, the sneaker god, and soon to be the new hoodie t-shirt man. This guy's got a lot of great ideas and designs, and he's just got his faculties right. He's got his printing machine, so he's about to coming full speed ahead. You know, good motivator for me, my big cousin, and he'll tell you I do the same for him. We hold each other down, doing this shit a while, thick and thin. It's the Gene family shit. So, anyway, now, yesterday we did the video where we were talking about the murder of KTS Dre and Lori Lightfoot and Superintendent Brown's roles in the Chicago infrastructure, as far as the violence and social economics and all the other hot words that come to play when you talk about the city of Chicago. So there's more to come. Obviously, I got into some more stuff with that. We're gonna do a lot of videos today, but listen, yesterday, I made the video like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 p.m. maybe. Shit didn't upload till like midnight, so it's there. Hopefully this one's gonna be a little shorter. If I shut up and get to the video, it will be a little shorter, so a little quicker. We're gonna see what happens though. So anyway, we're gonna take it this morning. We're gonna take it to Duval County with you guys. All right, we're gonna take you guys to Duval County. It's what, 6 in the morning right now. Hopefully this shit low by like 8-ish for the cup, so you can drink your coffee with it. Before we go into News 4 Jacks, this is about the murder of Tristyn Bailey, a 14-year-old girl who's killed in the woods, 13-year-old girl who's killed in the woods by a 14-year-old classmate neighbor, Aiden Coochie? Oh shit. Rucci. I think Coochie. I didn't do that shit on purpose. But nah, man, this story, man, I was able to get a laugh real quick because it's not easy when we go through the story. This story is disgusting, so it's probably gonna be the last laugh of this video. This story is disgusting. I think I did a video for it, and this was when I did this last video I did, and I couldn't load it, and I was just done. Like, yo, and we were talking about his mother getting arrested for concealing, for aiding and abetting or harboring and whatever, but he stabbed her over 100 times. Listen, it's a long video. Let's get to it. All right? Let's get to it.
Jack. Right now at 6 o'clock, disturbing new information released in the murder of 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey. Dozens of pages of documents show the schoolmate charged with killing her had violent drawings in his bedroom. Investigators say the drawings had satanic elements to them. We want to warn you, some of the information we're sharing with you is disturbing.
And St. Johns County investigators interviewed Aiden Fucci's girlfriend and cousin. The cousin said Fucci once told her he might go to jail at some point in his life for something big. News 4 Jax reporter Corley Peel begins our coverage.
Let's listen, yo. Let's listen and think.
The girlfriend's statements.
And listen to what the media says, how they portray it.
Inside the Durbin Crossing neighborhood, where you can see there are still aqua ribbons wrapped around trees.
She was killed in May.
Fucci's girlfriend told detectives he planned to murder someone. She even claims he threatened her life more than once. The 14-year-old accused of killing 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey had anger issues, according to his girlfriend. She claims Aiden Fucci frequently talked about killing people, even killing her. According to this report, she says he would hear voices in his head when he was angry. The voices would tell him he was worthless and a disappointment, and the voices told him to kill people when he was angry. She says Fucci knew something was wrong with him and wanted to reach out for help. I spoke with News 4 Jax friend and safety expert Ken Jefferson, who is a retired police officer.
Well, obviously nobody took him serious until the actual act, and unfortunately it was too late.
Fucci's girlfriend told detectives he had 2 knives named Picker and Poker. On occasion, she claims he would take his knife out and pretend to stab her. The report shows he would surprise her from behind and put a knife to her throat. 1 month before Bailey's death, Fucci's girlfriend told detectives he planned to murder someone by dragging them into the woods and stabbing them. Bailey was reported missing on May 9th. She was found hours later, brutally stabbed and left in a wooded area in the Durban Crossing neighborhood. While Fucci was in the back of this patrol car, he spoke with his girlfriend. She says Fucci told her he was going to be arrested and that he was going to plead the fifth. Detectives say none of Fucci's threats prior to Bailey's death were ever reported to authorities.
Do you feel like if someone spoke up, maybe this might not have ever happened?
If someone had spoken up, this possibly could have been avoided. Maybe they could have gotten to him in time to get inside of his head to see what's making him tick.
He's a fucking psychopath. That's what makes him tick. There's no cure for that.
And at this time, it's still unclear if Fucci targeted Tristan Bailey, but he is charged.
We're making light of these.
Expert King Jefferson says it's extremely important to always speak up if you see something suspicious or see suspicious behaviors to prevent tragedies like this. Reporting live from St. Johns County, Corley Peel, Channel 4, the local station.
Corley, according to deputies, did Fucci tell his girlfriend anything about the night Bailey was last seen alive?
Mary, according to the report, Fucci's girlfriend told detectives that while she was speaking with him in the back of the patrol car, she asked him if he had been with Tristan. She said that she didn't know that he was with her the night before, but when she asked him, he did confirm that he was with her the night before. The report also shows that he told his girlfriend that Tristan likely went home with a friend that night.
Corley Peel, that is, reporting to us.
Disgusting.
News 4 Jax reporter Scott Johnson is joining us now. He's been going through the documents as well that News 4 Jax obtained today, including the autopsy report. We want to warn you again.
Before my man goes through the reports, yo. So all of these, he had a knife named Picker and Poker, and he role-played stabbing his girlfriend. She said she thought he would kill her one day. Like, and then they're saying that no one was listening to his cry. Who the hell did he tell besides his little girlfriend? Telling, your class, your peers not gonna. First of all, this kid after the murder, a bunch of his friends was on Snapchat talking about they putting Tristan in a backwood, they rolling Tristan up, they was using all that, the Chi-Town slang, the drill music language, and it was just out for. So when we first seen it, the media was trying to make it sound like it was like they were influenced through the music, the drill music. Come on, man. These white kids from Duval County, from the burbs in Duval. I mean, they hear the music, but we all hear the music. But come on, it's a phase usually from kids from them neighborhoods. When it comes to hip hop and gangster shit, and it's part of their learning about the world, and that fascinates them, and it's a phase. So I know. Now we're finding out this kid is sicker than that. Okay? This kid is a real. And how do you help people like that? Anyway, let's continue the video. I got to go run soon, man. And I said I ain't going to run.
Much of the content of this story is hard to hear, Scott.
Tom, we cannot overstate that enough. This information, very disturbing. The report show signs pointed to 14-year-old Aiden Fucci as the suspect, including a handprint found on Tristan Bailey's leg, a print believed to be from Fucci. The full report is as horrific as you can imagine. Dozens of documents, and the most disturbing by far comes in the medical examiner's report of how Tristan Bailey was killed. The report shows at least 35 wounds are over the head and neck, and it goes into horrific detail on those wounds. Overall, Tristan was stabbed 114 times. I talked with Dr. Stephen
35 times near the head and neck?
Who specializes in cases like these.
Something happened. There was a click of rage or something where he just couldn't control his impulse.
Nigga, what?
Or he was has a mental illness.
Nigga,
Documents
what?
relate to Aiden.
A click of rage. He had a knife named Picker and Poker. He named them. He knew this is what he was. This wasn't just a meltdown. It's not like Richard Sherman just spazzing out with a couple drinks and lost it. We're going to talk about Sherm, too. I said that yesterday. We're talking about Sherm. It was a lot of shit. I got to get on my Dean. I'm going to get on my shit. I got y'all, yo.
Fucci and what homicide investigators found in his bedroom. A notebook that contained drawings of a violent nature that depicted a satanic element to them, to include a pentagram.
One would want to explore how much satanic, ritualistic stuff he was in, look at his computer, look at his social media.
He has pentagrams and satanic rituals he's going through on the computer. He follows the drill music scene. They do this. Anything that has to do with anything sinister, that's what he likes. So this is what he is. Okay? He likes deranged shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He follows all of it. You know? All of the dark stuff he follows. So, you know, you gonna talk about he had a raid like he snapped. No, he just lost it. This motherfucker had plans and visions of seeing someone's insides, you know? And it probably was going to be a woman, you know, or a young lady. And it was Tristyn Bailey.
See if he was a member of any groups. See if he had accessories, you know, things that go along with that.
Investigators also found one drawing of a nude female with what appeared to be several limbs depicting blood coming from the wounds.
Hey, women. He's sick.
We're also learning about home surveillance video that showed two teens going into the woods, and then Fucci eventually comes out alone. Several homeowners in the area told investigators about tunnels that led to an area the teens called the Sanctuary. Tom, back to you.
Thank you, Scott. Coming up tomorrow on the morning show.
So, man, that's crazy. So, with that said, shit, you know, rest in peace, Tristan. That's horrible. 13 years old. She was just, you know, he was gonna kill somebody, man. And Tristan paid the piper. Shame. So, like, my thing is, like, you know, obviously the way it's being reported, give me a break with this kid, yo. Aiden Fucci. That's his name. Aiden Fucci. And you're gonna see his face again, because this story is too, you know, it's so much, all of the you know, the stuff that jumps off of a newspaper page are there in the story. 124, 130 stabs. It's like even with the Dre shooting, you know, that reported 60, just unheard of. He stabbed her in the head and face 35 times, the head and neck area. His girlfriend said that he used to simulate cutting her throat. So, but it's just crazy how this little white kid, yo, this demonic, psychopathic, unrehabilitatable white kid, unrehabilitatable. I know that's not a word, but that shit sounding right. How this kid, though, can, you know, and they're just gonna, oh, he had a rage, he had a psychiatric. No. He is evil. He's evil. He's not mental. He has a mental problem. When you're evil, that's that's not a mental problem. Mental problem is, you know, is Tourette syndrome or friggin' or autism or, you know, the wheelhouse lows. This guy, these people know what they doing. Ted Bundy had him on mental problem. Do they say that? Or did they say he was a serial killer psycho? It's a difference, man. You know, it's a difference. Bipolar and straight up psychopaths are just different, you know. It's different. It's not the same thing, man. Anyway, we're gonna stay in Duval County. This is an interesting story.
Local men accused of being part of what prosecutors call a white supremacist gang. Investigators say the gang is responsible for violent crimes. The prosecutors say the gang engaged in murder, kidnapping, and robbery.
Very interesting story,
The four
white
suspects from
supremacist gang
Florida made their first appearance in federal court in downtown Jacksonville this afternoon. News for Jax reporter Eric Avanier was in court for the hearing. He's joining us now to break down the charges. Eric.
We about to get busy, though,
this afternoon, we learned that all four suspects from the Northeast Florida area are accused of committing or conspiring to commit acts of violence against members of other white supremacist organizations, and we learned it involved the use of deadly weapons. Four suspected members of the white...
So they banging on other skinhead groups, on other white supremacist groups. So, like, they doing, like, you know, regular shit, like they do in the black gangs and the Spanish gangs. You know, they banging on each other. So, it's a very interesting story, yo. And I think there's more to it because the first time I'm hearing from it is from a regular media outlet. And when you find uniqueness in stories like this, there's probably more in it. but let's listen real quick before we get out of here.
Supremacist gang Unforgiven, who are from Northeast Florida,
Unforgiven.
sat at a table in front of federal judge Monty Richardson, who ordered they all remain in custody without bond, while 38-year-old Levi Sharp of Putnam County faces up to 40 years in federal prison if convicted on charges of assault and kidnapping. 35-year-old Ryan McLaughlin, who is also from Putnam County, 38-year-old William Walker of Jacksonville, and 40-year-old Ryan Howard of Orange Park are facing charges of conspiracy to commit assault, with shorter potential prison terms if convicted.
40 years old,
Prosecutors say the motive to commit such crimes were either to gain entry, maintain status, or increase their position within the gang. They also say the victims were members of rival white supremacist groups like the Proud Boys, Aryan Brotherhood, and Race Baiters. News4Jack's crime and safety expert Pete Jefferson says attacking another white supremacist group is what really sticks out in this case.
What they're saying is even though they almost kind of have the same purpose as to what they do or what they stand for,
like any other
there's
gang,
an initiation process to see if you can be loyal
they don't fuck
that
with
one
them.
particular group that they want you in, to see if you'll be able to cross the line and defy another hate group.
According to the indictment, 2 of the other suspects were at Columbia Correctional Institution in 2019 when they assaulted someone. Unforgiven does not appear on the Southern Poverty Law list of 14 hate groups in Florida, but it is recognized by the Anti-Defamation League as a white supremacist gang within Florida's prison system. These are their symbols, which look similar to symbols of other hate groups. We don't hear much about this group.
Typically, when we have conversations about white supremacist groups, it's usually after an incident or of some sort, or an arrest of an individual who is a proclaimed member.
And in this case, the incident involves alleged acts and conspired acts of violence. One other note, one other suspect of the 16 suspects was charged with assault on people attending a peace walk for Black Lives Matter last summer. Reporting live from outside the federal courthouse, Eric Avignon, Channel 4, the local station.
Yup. So I'm closing out the cup today. As far as the Unforgiven group goes, you know, I found them real interesting. And they grabbed my attention. I feel like this is not the last time. It's the first time I ever heard of them. And I feel like it's not going to be the last time. And now we got them on the cup. They're facing all these charges. You know, they got murder. They got racketeering. They got all this stuff, you know. And they're banging on each other, on other white boys. But like I said, that's how crime usually is. Usually people commit crimes on people who look like them. So all of the, you know, when you guys, groups like that are in the news, they usually have them doing something to a minority, to a black person or white person. I'm sorry, to a black person or Hispanic, even Asian. So when they're reported as bad, when there's a report of them banging on each other, it's very interesting. But then again, I think they just don't ever report it because it's not salacious enough. So I think it happens. I think they do fight each other. You know, because when they go out there and decide to go hang a nigga or whatever, put a nigga in a tree, whatever they do, whatever they think they need to do, that fuck shit they do, that shit is gonna get blown up. Well, I'm not gonna say the hangings because that shit is always said to be suicides, and we know those will be bullshit too, those lynchings. But you know, prison gang, we're gonna see. We're gonna the Unforgiven gang. We're gonna pay attention to the motherfuckers. Anyway, guys, today it's been a pleasure. I'm gonna go run. I'm gonna see you guys later on today. I promise. I'm gonna be back today. All right? See, it's early as hell. I'm gonna see you on the cup.